Hello viewers, in this video I shall talk to you about the adrenergic receptors that are also called as adrenoreceptors. Actually these are the receptors that stimulated by the norepinephrine or epinephrine, that is also called as adrenaline or noradrenaline. The drugs that mimics the effect of the adrenoreceptors are called sympathetic mimetics, and the drugs that antagonize the effect of the adrenoreceptors are called as sympatholytics, and they can be directly acting or they can be indirectly acting adrenoreceptors. That is another discussion. So moving on to the topic, we have the list here of the receptors that are involved in the adrenergic. First of all, we have beta 1 receptor, beta 2 receptor, beta 3 receptor that is latestly discovered, and then we have alpha 1 receptor, alpha 2 receptor. Alpha 2 receptor functions are enlisted on the next page. So moving on to the topic, we have beta 1 receptor that are located at the heart and at the juxtamedullary cells of the kidney. It is also called as JG cells of the kidney. Agonists are those drugs that actually mimics the effect of the beta 1 receptor, or that enhances the absorption of the drug at the receptor. It involves dopamine. Actually agonist and antagonist will be discussed in every receptor phase. So here we are dopamine, that is a sympathomimetic, and it is an inotropic drug that can be discussed in the heart failure. It shall be listed in the next video. So antagonists are those that oppose the effect of the adrenergic receptors or block the effect of the adrenergic receptors. So these are metoprolol, atenolol, and there is a mimics that there is a mnemonics that I made: DMA, dopamine, metoprolol, atenolol. First one is the agonist and then is the antagonist. Then it is a potency for noradrenaline or adrenaline. Adrenaline have a greater or equal to potency to noradrenaline. It is also called as adrenaline and noradrenaline. Then we have the beta 2 receptors located. We have the 7 locations: bronchi related to the lungs, blood vessels, uterus, that is a female genital part, and then we have the liver that detoxify the blood, and then GIT, then we have urinary tract, and then we have eye. Agonist involves salbutamol and terbutaline. Actually these are that mimics or that welcome the effect of the beta 2 receptors, while these are two drugs, while antagonist involves a drug that blocks the beta 2 receptors effect. It involves the alpha methyl propanolol. And then we have potency for noradrenaline, that I have mentioned that it is a noradrenaline, and then this is adrenaline. So adrenaline is a 2 times greater than noradrenaline. Then we have beta 3 receptor that is latestly discovered, and it is involved in maintaining the obesity. So it is located at the adipose tissue, as we have discussed that it is related to the obesity. So this is the preferential location. And then we involve the dextrose muscles of the bladder. And agonists are those that involves welcoming of the beta 3 receptors that agonist that does not antagonize, and it involves mirabegron. This is R. And then we have antagonist actually blocks the effect of the beta 3 receptor, and this is doesn't have a drug name. So here we listed the coding of the initial phase, that involves ICI 11855L. So potency for noradrenaline or adrenaline, in this phase it is opposite. Noradrenaline is greater than adrenaline, and then this is the visual representation in which beta receptors involves the agonist effect, and then norepinephrine, that is antagonist or blocker. So norepinephrine on the beta receptors antagonize. And further we have alpha 1 receptor, alpha 2 receptor. Beta receptors are now already discussed, so we will move toward the alpha receptors. Before moving to that, I shall like to share information with you that peripheral nervous system involves 12 cranial nerves. 12 cranial nerves. And afferent nerves are those nerves that take toward CNS. Okay, and unstimulated neuron is actually polarized. Actually, it is a tidbit I wanted to share with you. So this is alpha 1 receptor. Alpha 1 receptor is a post junctional at effector organ. Effector organ are those organs that involves in the result of the process, or they involves the action. So post junctional means it is uh, related to later process. So functional V involves 4 functions: genitourinary, smooth muscles, constriction, so they do constriction; blood vessels constriction, here is the blood, when the blood vessels constrict, blood pressure will increase; glands secretion, they do promote the gland secretion; and the gut, they relax the gut muscles, that is the smooth muscles. And then agonist, as the agonist involves phenylephrine and antagonist involves prazosin. Here's a new thing, that is effector pathway. It will be, I will shift this video toward a book, Lippincott Illustrated Reviews. So in that book I will discuss the IP3 and DAG. Actually IP3 and DAG are in the G protein coupled receptors. DAG is a diacylglycerol. IP3 involves in the increasing intracellular calcium concentration that activate the protein kinases. So moving into the book, we have this page. We have a common effector activated by GS and GI is adenyl cyclase, which produces the cyclic AMP. The effector monolipase C, when activated by GQ, generates 2 cyclic messengers. Actually phospholipase C activates by the GQ and generates 2 cyclic messengers: inositol triphosphate IP3 and diacylglycerol. Okay, so diacylglycerol and cyclic AMP actually activates specific protein kinases within cell, lead to the myriad of physiological effects. While I discussed that IP3 increases the intracellular calcium concentration, which activates the protein kinases. So moving on to next, we have alpha 2 receptor. Its location is pre-junctional at nerve ending. I do a visual representation that it is a synaptic cleft. This is a synapse. It is a presynaptic cleft. It is a presynaptic neuron and it is a postsynaptic neuron. If I do draw that, it is a postsynaptic. And then we have the locations and at pancreatic beta cells. Actually pancreatic beta cells are also called islets of Langerhans or something that like that do function that will be discussed later on. And extra junctional at blood vessels, they are present at extra junctional site. And then platelets, I will discuss that they do aggregation or disaggregation, they have a role in that. So alpha 2 receptors actually function that they decrease the transmitter release, they do vasoconstriction, constrict the blood vessels, increase the blood pressure and increase the work overload on the heart. And then we includes the decrease of the central sympathetic flow, and they actually decrease insulin. If they decrease insulin, they shall increase the glucose to the body cells and then platelet aggregation. Agonist involves quinidine, and then antagonist includes the euhembine. So this is for today's video. I hope so you like it. So if you do, so kindly share, subscribe and comment below for my motivation. Peace out.